Welcome to another exciting week of Final Fantasy Fight Night. I am Fish, and I am once again joined by Jack C. Jack, how are we doing?
Yeah, it's been fun since the last week. Looking forward to some games this evening. Should hopefully be some good games. 5 rounds again, I expect.
Probably. I mean, we're up to over 20 again.
Got a lot of people again, yeah.
A couple newbies as well, which is really nice to see. So
scene's always growing here, it seems.
Yeah, exactly. And a big shout out to you guys as well for giving us the likes, shares, and subscribes, because we have now finally hit our first milestone of 500 subs on the YouTube channel. So thank you for that.
Thanks very much.
Yeah. So we have got a big one for you now. We're going to switch over to the gameplay table. It is going to be Jenny, the People's Champ, with Bartz versus Liam with Mono Earth. And I'm not sure if this is Mono Earth in quotes or not. So
well, we'll have to wait and see. Is there going to be Leo and Riku in there, or is it going to be the classic Mono Earth of old?
Yeah, exactly.
Where it was entirely Mono Earth cards and not ability to play war and lots of dual elements.
I know, right? So we shall see, though. We shall see. And guys, let us know where you're tuning in from, and or if you have any questions throughout the night, please let us know.
Yes, anything at all, we'll be happy to answer as and when we see it, and if we know the answers to it.
Exactly that. So I think they know they can just go.
I'm curious to see what changes Liam's made, because obviously he was running Wind Earth last week.
Yeah, exactly. It was funny when he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm going to play something slightly different," and then it's Mono Earth. So
he's always got Wind or Earth in all of his decks. Yeah. One of the two.
Earth is best element. Fight me.
No, I don't. That's a Tifa. Yeah. That's not one we see too often.
Tifa with Garnet there as well. Shantapa straight in hand.
Yeah, not the card you always want to see.
No.
This early, but depends on obviously how wide your opponent goes. It's not terrible to have in your starting hand with the amount of aggro games that are being played at the moment.
Yeah. So a minor right off the bat. Let's go digging.
Looks for a backup, I believe.
Yeah, correct.
I keep always getting confused because there's a one that looks for forwards now. But it looks like with Leo in Break Zone, he is definitely playing the Mono Earth in quotation marks.
Hang on, let me update that scoreboard.
Grabbing another minor, which he can play on curve next turn, so could be ramping into 4 or 5 backups here pretty quickly.
There you go.
Perfect.
Even better.
Jenny, standard turn, straight into Elena. Obviously doesn't have Bartz ready to go or holding it until there's enough to play off of the Bartz. This effects in hand. Going into another minor.
This time on curve, which is fantastic. Can he hit? Well, he's hit.
To have Tyro, take your pick.
Another Toto. I think this hitting this Tyro, the Toto here, might lull Jenny into false sense of security, but
if
her
he
deck
doesn't pick it, yes.
Yeah, but her deck doesn't really go too wide too quickly, right? So
no, and the thing is with that Bartz deck is it can rebuild quickly because they want to hit 4 or 5 backups first. Yeah. So even if they get board wiped, they recover so quick. So taking the Epitaph there. Remind me what that does.
Searches for basically a FFTCG forward, so it's usually Leo.
So I think Leo's probably the only target that would see play in this.
Yeah.
But obviously it gets your colours going. So Tyro from Jenny herself.
Probably digging for the Bartz now would be my guess.
That would be my assumption as well. Both taking a slow game at the moment, building some nice backups.
I think that really does benefit Jenny the most though as well, because obviously once she can get those walls, especially in the backup line, sorted, it's going to be hard for Liam to come back from, I think.
I don't disagree, but the whole Earth deck is very playable off of 5 backups, especially if you can keep Leo or Riku on board.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You've got to keep them on the board. Yeah, exactly. And that, playing this deck myself at Newport, I found that the moment you lose those, the deck kind of falls apart a bit. Again, Liam's might be less techy than the one I was running, but
I don't think we saw minor in the old
no,
one, so there's definitely some changes here, I think.
And not Garnet either, to be honest. So, I suppose actually.
I think we did see. I think Garnet was going in. It depended on your build, but the summon recursion was always useful.
Yeah.
Debating what to pitch here, I'm pretty sure he'll be going into the Epitaph just to ramp up the backups a bit further.
Yeah.
Surprised he took the Epitaph over the Tyro, though.
I suppose, Again, I suppose it's how much you really want to curve correctly, right? Because Tyro means you're discarding 2 for it. Yes, it does give you the colour fix in the long run, but
yeah, we just let you play those multi-element forwards earlier, as opposed to needing to see Riku or
and probably some of those really strong like Cloud LB cards as well.
Maybe even just Leo to just start digging through your deck a bit further if you want to play the water one. I know it's a bit dangerous because you need the forward out as well, but the water one is always useful draw card. So searching into the Leo there and immediately playing it. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's only 6k at the moment. So could not even 6k.
Well, it doesn't play it, so it's just search. So
no, but he's tapped the other minor.
Oh,
to
he
play
did.
it.
Right.
So
Okay.
it could be quite easily removed here.
So no, it's 4K, right?
Yeah, this could be quite easy to remove here.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, simply a Faris would do the job,
Single
right?
Faris, yeah.
I will also give a big shout out. I didn't know my works actually has its own Final Fantasy trading card game Slack channel.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Made by you?
No, not by me actually. Like one of my mates who plays in Bristol. So for anyone that's joining us from Bristol after our little chat today, big shout out to you. Thank you very much.
Let us know that you're watching here.
Yeah.
We can say hello. So straight into the Cryo, classic.
Yeah, get
first
that
backup SFX because you can always immediately SFX again.
Yeah, let's get that Bartz back right away.
Is that a Refia in hand? I can see. So Bartzing for.
I'd be very inclined to go after the
Is
arc
that
here.
for 2 Lunas? Okay. So you have 4 colours online, and there is a 4-colour wall in Jenny's hand.
Okay, so that's pretty nice.
So it's ready to come in next turn if Liam doesn't have any hand disruption, which I don't think Mono Earth ever has.
No, Mist Dragon is probably the only thing you really need to worry about. But again, because this is Mono Earth, is it a case that there is some sneaky sort of Amat in hand or at least accessible, you know?
Yeah, and he can obviously tap for fire now with as long as Leo's on board.
Yeah.
It does give you access to play all of the good cards that you want to play, as long as they also kind of have Earth attached to them.
And I'm not
quite see what Liam's got in hand.
No, doing the Streamerline, but it ain't working.
There's definitely an Amat on the top, though, so you are right.
Yeah.
Well, Leatherworker should be going down immediately.
Yep. Free backups are always nice.
I believe he still has a Mist Dragon as well, so Garnet is a tempting choice, because it's obviously summons he can get back in 2 turns on the Garnet Warp, I believe.
2 turns to warp it in, get 2 back instead of the 1, which is...
It's a bit risky in that Bart's deck will also be playing Mist Dragon, so you can always lose them in response.
But again, it's a question, how many is Jenny playing? I've seen lists with 1, I've seen lists with 2. I would be interested to know.
So there's 1 in her break zone already as well. So warping in the Garnet and swinging with the Leo. The X-Burst to take it out.
And there's an arc though.
Going digging.
Yeah, that's... What do we add? So there's a Bartz there right away.
Any choice here. It's the Seraphifel or the Bartz, I think.
Yeah.
Seraphifel just to pitch for CP. I'm not sure if you'll be playing this. I suppose you could off after the wall because you still reactivate 4.
Yeah, and the fact you get 2 Bartz and then you can kind of go, hey...
Pop off with the SFX even further,
and you just go after your forwards then, right? But I think we're going to see the big wall first.
Should be the immediate play that comes down. Great card. The emphasis of the deck, other than Bartz.
Yeah, this card, again, I know a lot of people are calling for its ban, and I'm thinking I'm in agreement, but I still hate Giga Wall more.
I'd be curious to see what wall decks are like without it, because they still have a strong engine. That's just the the boss card per se of the deck.
Yeah. I generally think you could simply slot in the Light Warrior Light.
Straight into Refia here.
Yeah, let's get rid of your
Top
colour
decking
fixes.
it?
No. I would top deck this, you secure yourself away from those EX.
Reactivate every card apart from Tyra you have on field.
And draw a card. It's so strong. So strong.
You drew 4 cards so far this turn from playing 2 cards onto field.
Pro plays.
That's an Arc on field as well. An Arc on field of Arc in hand, so you can bump everything up quite well.
I thought Jenny was passing, then I panicked for a moment. Hey, look, there's that Leo.
It's a Leo. I never would have guessed.
You have...
Wall doesn't dull from swinging.
Gilgamesh, that's pretty good.
Full art Gilgamesh.
Yeah, that's
very
a
nice looking one.
Pretty good hit there, because you obviously want to protect your Refia.
So you could no, you wouldn't be able to swing once more, because if you dull if you give the Refia the haste with the Loon, if you won't have the 4 warriors of light up.
Exactly. I think Jenny's sat in a really commanding position now.
It is 5 in hand, so she can just pass here and go again next turn. She doesn't need to overextend.
And in theory, if she has an Amat of her own, she could still do that and Refia effect. So that could... Oh, and Liam's pulled Neo X Death and an Amat there.
I'm surprised Liam didn't Amat the Refia trigger, because I'm pretty sure he did have 1 in hand, although he would have to bin 3. Or he'd bin 2 cards on the Ami.
Again, though, is it because the Leo went maybe... No, because he had
do
it
it on
then,
the
right?
stack of that, Not sure what the play will be here. He's going to be pretty close to lethal next turn.
I mean, he has pulled the Neo X death. He did have Toto. I'm not sure if he still has it.
Neo X death really hurts here, though, with sacking 2 backups. Yeah, you clear the board, but you know Seraph FL's still in Jenny's hand, so she can immediately ramp back in.
Well, he's discarded the 2 that we were going to get rid of.
Okay, so going into Riku, paying 4 for her own Warrior of Light. Okay.
So Riku's going to get something back on the trigger here as well.
So you get to untap and draw, and you get is an Earth Forward back from break,
yes,
isn't it?
So pretty much anything in its break zone. So I think, reactivate draw first, then see.
Neo X Death's still not a bad shout here because you've built up a board quite nicely. So a one-sided board wipe isn't the worst in the world.
See, if I'm Jenny, I'm inclined to make him
force out the Neo X Death. Yeah.
Because even if he does, again, losing those backups in the long run is going to hurt.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what the further plays are here. But both sitting on quite a comfortable hand with a lot of options in.
I mean, he could still Cloud here. We haven't seen any LBs yet, and Cloud on the Refia could be pretty devastating.
Yes, it's that classic one of do the players think of it? Because there's some games where my LB deck is not at the forefront of my thoughts at all.
I've been doing a new habit of leaving it on my top left corner of my mat now, so I can always see it. Because otherwise,
you just glance at your mat, you're like, yes, that's it.
Yeah, otherwise I will forget it. You're right.
So I think you go to combat here and swing with the wall.
I think he wants to try and kill the Bartz too. I think, move to combat, put it on the top of the deck. Absolutely put it on the top of the deck.
Yeah, because then Liam has no attackers at all.
Yeah.
You shouldn't lose the Bartz in response to this because I think you have enough to remove from break to
you're
protect
probably
it.
Right, yeah.
Unless there's a Mist Dragon on the stack on top of that. Just have to wait and see what happens here.
Yeah.
Dole to deal 5k to Bartz.
Oh, so we're putting it on the bottom.
We're letting that go, okay.
I mean, Bartz may have done its job now, but again, you kind of want to get a Faris out, I think, and start getting that in rotation. But
yeah, but you can just wait till the damage 3 trigger if you're in a rush for that.
And sadly, Jenny pulling an EX off the top, I think it was Kukulane there, which is kind of sad, but
it's always the way.
Yeah. I think no matter what, you were probably losing the Bartz that turn anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was enough in break zone to remove because there was one Bartz already in there.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the only Warrior of Light
I think you might be right.
I can see in there, so I don't think there was any way to protect it. But with Seraph FL still in hand, you can so easily get this back if you so wish.
Yeah, that's cool. So, what? Oh, so I think we're moving to combat. Refia effect going on the stack. I think Jenny is trying to bait out an Amat here.
I think we know Liam's still got one in hand, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I don't think going into the Arc would have been a bad play here because it means they survive the Amaterasu.
Whoa, you've missed... Oh, no, you haven't missed the trigger. No, you're right.
He's already put the Ford on top of the deck.
Well, I mean, the reactivation trigger's still on the stack.
You can do both, or you can arm it either, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, the Dull 4 is an activated ability, so...
Oh, of course. But the Ford's gone to the top of the deck is what I mean.
Yeah, which is fine, but you can stick... Because Jenny did that on the stack. Mm-hmm. So I think we're okay there.
Okay. I need to double check what Refia is. But
so it's like it's like Dull 4 Warriors are like... put something on the top or bottom of the opponent's deck. That's effective.
Oh, yes, you can't. Ami can't respond to that, whereas it can respond to the activation.
Exactly, yeah. So it's nice. I think Jenny perfectly baiting out that Amat though.
Yeah, I do think playing the Arc would have been the better play here because it means that the Refia would have survived the Amaterasu.
Yeah.
So paying 6, going into Seraph FL.
Get a couple bats and let's go again. Now the problem is though.
Do you even need bars? You can just get Refia and Faris here and just make sure you have everything you need for next turn.
Yeah, perhaps. But don't forget, Liam has got Garnet about to warp in with 2 Amats in the break zone.
Yes, yeah, so Faris and Refia. Bartz is nice, but I think you're so set up and in control at this point, you just don't need to play it.
Yeah.
Finishing again with a solid 5 in hand, I expect here.
Yeah, well, I think, to be honest, attack pass seems perfectly great. Shame Jenny doesn't have an Amat of her own to stop maybe the Garnet trigger. Don't pass, Jenny. Attack him.
We can't. We already had the Refia trigger, so we've already moved to combat.
Yeah.
That is why the Riku is on the top
you're
now.
right. Ignore me then. Clearly, sleep deprivation is not great.
So Une in hand for Liam, a good card, but I'm afraid at the moment I don't think he's got a way of playing.
That's a lot of ammunition though for him to get back with 2 Amats there. No Mist Dragon because it's just in Jenny's break zone, which is sad. But
have to wait and see here though, because again I think Jenny can technically play everything she needs to in hand. And they can all live. I think as long as you go with the arc first, nothing will die. Yes, you're not going to get your triggers off, but then is it worth it for Liam to burn those Amis if you're not killing the forwards in response?
This is true. And again, though, did he get the Neo-X death back earlier? Because that could then force that out as well.
Yeah, I think Liam's best play here is just set up a little bit longer and then Neo-X death next turn when you know Jenny's built back up a board.
Yeah. Potentially, if you could find a couple more backups somehow, that would also be pretty good.
Yes, Neo-X death, top of his hand, so definitely one. He's got a lot of cards in his hand, so
He does.
a lot of options available.
Yeah, a backup here would be fantastic. Again, maybe that Tyro earlier was the right choice and not the Epitaph.
I think just having that ability to play these multi-element cards from hand all the time is useful.
Yeah, exactly. If you had the Tyro now, a Leo pass potentially.
But, I mean, that Une would be playable. You can bounce the backups away and things like that. So, not that you always want to bounce some of these 4-color war backups because they're always playable. I mean, a lot of them do entry effects. Maybe Lunif or Lena.
And we've also seen the trouble at the American Materia Cup where they were completely out of their color fixing.
Yes.
And they bounced a water CP, so the opponent got to play a Shantato.
Yes. I think against some decks, if you're going wide like that, you can't ever afford to give your opponent a backup space for Shantoto. It's way too risky.
Yeah, absolutely not. But it wasn't that, it was the color fix then on top of that. Devastating. It was absolutely brutal to watch. I would have just let him have it. Just be like, here's my Une, you deal with that. That's fine. But it's
a mistake I've definitely made myself where I've gone, no, you can have that backup back to hand. And I go, oh, wait, no, that's a backup space they now have. I have made a mistake.
Yeah.
So a lot to think about here from Liam. He's got a lot of cards in hand and a lot of options available. Well, his break zone isn't the biggest in the world at the moment.
No, I mean, it's because he keeps getting stuff back.
Neo-X Def to play Kusif. I'm not sure on that. Wow. I think you would have always... I think the Neo-X Def is too valuable here to keep.
Yeah, but instead we're going to break a backup anyway and play
the Ignis is coming down, which gets you a forward back. So you can get the Neo-X Def back, and you're just straight up killing something this turn.
Yeah.
Unless there's an Ami trigger in response from...
Well, I think that's what Jenny might be checking here, is just when to do this, because it's a double when. We can wait till the backup.
So you can do it after the backup's being sacked off. The one nice bit about the Neo-X Def is you put the 2 into the break zone is on the same trigger as the removal, so you don't lose them if it gets an Ami. So 5k on the Garnet, and just taking the hit.
Okay.
I wonder if there's a Kusif in hand to get it back, or maybe there's another 4-color wall in hand.
Yeah, so Ignis trigger as well. Get a backup. Get a forward back.
It's a hard choice. Did you get the Riku to start? So I definitely take the Riku over the Leo, just for the extra utility here.
I'm just wondering if Liam doesn't actually have the multi-elements in hand to make use of it, I guess.
Yeah, Une's the only one I can see in hand, and it wouldn't have been overly playable that turn because of the...
Jenny drew the light bats there.
Backup up. So what's the play going to be here for Jenny?
I think you're probably right what you said earlier. It's probably Faris and Refia pass, but it looks like we might be going after the light
Double
wall.
to get the wall. Is there a Mist Dragon in response here from Liam? That will bin a lot of his hand to do so.
Yeah. But again, though, Jenny is probably okay with that.
It's not costing her too much.
Oh, yeah, lads. Just add a couple of players.
It's fine to go. The wall has been added back to hand, so...
Yeah. So that probably signals to Jenny there is no Mist Dragon.
There's no Ami really likely because Liam we know discarded another one again to pay.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't think you have 2 sets of fire CP in hand.
So big wall, reactivate draw.
Is there anything in response here from Liam?
I don't think he's got the Fire Sea people out of the Amat.
No, I'm in complete agreement with you there.
Yeah, he's just checking it. I think he's realised he's messed up a little bit.
Shouldn't have been the other Ami, yeah.
Although, like, I don't think you want to use it on the wall. You probably wanted to save it for the Refia, but... Like,
if you've got some other ping damage you can do, it's always nice.
Yeah, it's just like, I think, because... In effect, Liam has all of the knowledge here. We know we have Faris and we know we have Refia.
If there's a way for Jenny to get rid of one card of Liam's as well, that Leo is killable just from the wall tap, so you can clear a board here quite well if you play.
Well, that's
so Refia going in.
That's it. I mean, in theory, you could just simply...
Faris could come in here as well.
Yeah, load it up on the Leo, then put something on the top of the deck, and then start swinging anyway. So, surprised we're not tapping the other Warrior of Light, though. Because now Jenny's not going to get the draw.
I think you just tap the wall on the stack.
Yeah.
Because if you deal 5k to the Leo, as soon as it now kills it because the Faris has already dealt 1k.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So that will always be enough. So where do the pings go here?
So yeah, I think we've selected.
So they all go on the Leo. Two have gone on the Leo and one have gone on the Garnet. I'm not sure if that's the way I would have done it.
I mean, it's a double kill.
But I think you're dulling the wall anyway. So I think you could have done this to get 2 kills instead.
Oh, we're gonna
try
and do it this way, okay?
Put the Ignis to the top of the deck.
So, to be honest, I probably would have just like tapped the wall, killed the Garnet.
It looks like there is an Ami coming in for the reactivation trigger.
So he did have it.
What's the fire CP he's paying for?
Is it the third Ami?
Is it both Amis in hand?
Yeah.
No, letting it go through.
Wow.
Letting it go through.
Okay.
Drawing another card for it.
A Kukulin could be pretty sweet.
So you can give the Lunif haste here to take out the Garnet, or you can just sit steady with the ability to top deck. Put something on the bottom and top of the deck as you need to.
Yeah.
But you have to get rid of the Ignis here, but it's just another kill.
Yeah, no, I think this is the safest play. Attack and then...
tap and kill.
Ignis gone, as we expected.
So, is there a way for Liam to get Neo X Def and play it? Because I think that's one of his best outs here. Or can he play the Shantoto from his LB deck? Because that is untouched.
Has he... what happened to the backup Shantoto? Did he...
I think he must have discarded it, but it might also still be in hand, because I don't know if we have seen it.
If it is, now is the perfect time, I think.
You're playing it on a reasonable curve, because you've already got 3 backups. So that was a double backup draw, so not the best thing in the world you want to see.
Yeah, he's still got Toto there, right?
I think that is Toto in the middle, yeah.
Oh, so...
kind of wall in hand is a bit of a...
Yeah, so that was what he was thinking of getting rid of to actually play...
To play the Ami,
Yeah.
That would have been a big investment, though, just to get rid of the Refia.
Oh, yeah.
So in comes the Shantoto. Yeah, wipe the board.
Now, do we have the Amat on Jenny's
Doesn't
side?
look like it.
Can you Refia your own stuff?
That would be one I'd need to see the Refia.
Yeah,
but I think it says forge your opponent controls.
Let's have a look.
Dole 4, choose one forward opponent controls.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, sad, but...
So that is a board clear there.
That is a good hit, though, as well. That's a Faris, a Refia, and a 4-colour wall.
And free play into another lever worker.
Oof.
So you're back up to... You were back up to... First time he's hit 5 backups this game. But another Leo or a Riku here, and you can... That 4-colour wall's in hand.
Yeah, 4-colour wall. I think Mist Dragon, and we know the Amat's there as well, so... Liam does have options.
So what does Jenny do here? I think there's a light bar still in hand, a cry. There's a lot of backups, I think, in hand there. Not overly what you want.
I mean, you can Lena S, yeah.
So what's Lena S target? The Refia or the...
I mean, do you go after Sedan, perhaps?
There is a Sedan in break.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing to hit.
Like, that could really be crippling right now.
It does come in Dole, though, so you're only going to see your opponent's hand once.
Yeah.
But it means you can get rid of that Neo X Def or Mist Dragon.
Depending on what's picked here, I think, Liam might have to bin his entire hand.
Is the Refia as the target?
Yeah, he's got to. Like, if it's for a Refia, you got to, right?
I don't think Jenny minds that too much, because Liam is now playing off of his top decks.
Yeah, exactly. And this deck could top deck really badly.
And as much as that light Bartz is something you don't want to play, I mean, pay 5 to kill something important is never a bad option to do.
Well, we got an arc,
So
though.
what are we going to be digging for here?
So.
Une, Light Bartz, and Seraphel, and I think you take the Faris here probably.
Absolutely.
Faris or Une here.
I don't think... Well, the Une, I think, is a little bit pointless now just because you've lost your break zone. So I think you definitely go after the Faris, yeah. Jenny absolutely in a commanding situation now, and Liam left just the one card he drew off Mist Dragon.
Yep.
And that...
So the Light Bartz is coming in. I think just the threat of being able to break a 4, any problematic forward that comes in here.
And also off the Faris trigger as well, just being able to kill something is pretty nice.
The extra 3k damage is a lot. It's so much.
And this Light Bartz is pretty nice, because even if it does die, you do have the 2 CP activate ability too.
So a Tyro in hand for Liam, a Mist Dragon, and something else. But I can't quite see what it is.
Another Mist Dragon again. Oof.
But that's a rough hand for Liam here, because what do you play? Do you just tap 4 and play Mat for no effect, just so you have a blocker?
Probably Cloud at this point.
Because if there is a haste that comes in from Jenny, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
I suppose you had the Shantoto, means you can play your whole LB deck.
Yeah, so Cloud in, like, break the bats.
Get Leo into a draw, but yeah, you have to set up a blocker here.
Yeah.
And Cloud is probably the correct choice, because you need to not have 3 attackers come into you next turn, especially because Lunif can always give out haste.
Now, we did see Liam go after the minor
So what does the minor break do? It just draws you a card, right?
Yeah, exactly that. Something that Earth was always screaming for was just that extra little bit of draw.
P2, tap, put them into the break zone, draw a card.
Yeah.
I always like those dull and put it into the break zone. I suppose it means you've got to have it up, but it always seems a bit funny to me. So he can do that again if needs be.
Again, though, like, do you really want to be taking away your
back
backups?
down to 3 backups, yeah. I do think not taking that Neo X death back earlier was a big mistake here. So
this again, why I'm surprised that Liam didn't play the total backup sooner. He's had it in hand the entire game.
Quite a while because he shot from the get-go.
Because in theory, what he could have done is done that, then Ignis effect. But you've just seen something because you're holding your breath while you gossing.
2 Pharises and a Zidane in hand for Jenny here. This could be quite rough.
The problem is, though, you can't play both.
You can, because you've got 2 Pharises in hand. So you can play the Faris off of the other one in hand.
Yeah, sure.
You're missing out on that damage 3 effects, but I don't think you're ever getting to the damage 3 effects.
Well, there's the Ami.
So binning the hand for the Ami.
4 small cards out of your hand, though, but we still get to see what's left.
Yes. No, it's Amiing the...
Oh, sure, yeah. Ignore me.
I think that's fine for Jenny. Like, you've paid with 2 backups to force out another 3 cards from Liam's hand.
Yeah,
2 cards from Liam's hand. And you know he can't Ami again because the only fire CP he can attack with is the Shantoto.
Jenny plays Matt, attack with Brave. That could be interesting.
Puts you into a risky situation here. The Lunif being down is a bit of a kicker because it means you don't have lethal this turn.
Yeah.
Unless you can somehow get a Raffia. But we'll have to wait and see. They are edging close to time now. There is only just over 3 minutes left on the round.
Only one other game by the looks of things waiting.
So Leo and draw, the classic LB go. And the first LB card we've seen today.
Exactly.
Quite far into the game.
But quite a sad draw from Jenny. She pulled a Tyro.
It's just... They seem to be drawing a lot of backups this game, but I suppose both players also run a lot of backups.
Yeah, exactly that. These decks are on the high end.
Riku going to damage is rough there, because that might be all your...
No, I think there might be one more Riku.
Okay.
Because we've seen one go to break. We've seen the Leos.
I think there's 2 Rikus in damage there, though.
Oh, you're right, actually. Yeah, you are right.
I think we have seen all of the colour fixing.
Yeah.
So what does Liam grab here? Is there a spare Neo X Death? Because that is a board wipe you need. You can't play Shantoto from LB anymore. Mm-hmm. I don't know what forward you get that kind of saves your game here.
The problem is you've still got the Bartz effect as well. Like anything that gets
anytime
played,
you can go, I just kill that for 4.
And Jenny has a hand and 2 CP open. Mm-hmm. Like,
you're playing that reasonably on curve, and you've got Faris to come in as well next turn to kill any forward that's a problem.
This is where I believe, like, your opponent, when you're in a game, there should be now a rule that is, hey, you taking 5 minutes to think about a way to get back in this game. Your opponent must remind you that LB exists.
It's always nice to have that pointed out.
Yeah.
So you can play Ingus for 2 here and search any forward that you want to. But again, what are the forward options you're getting hold of?
Not much, and most of them are probably going to have some sort of multi-element because we haven't seen many of them
I
yet.
suppose Sonon is still an option that can come in because the Shantoto is lightning, so you can sack the 2 backups for it.
But again, though, I mean, whatever you target just probably dies to the bats anyway, you know?
So I have to see what the play here is. I still can't see what's in hand. I think Ingus has to come down first. It's a big body.
Try and just get as many forwards out as possible, I think.
Yeah, that Bartz is never going to use its break effect until it has to.
Yeah.
Unless you're threatening it. Another Ignis is an option. Noctis is playable, but what are you going to play after it?
And that's it.
I do like seeing the versions of this where they've got the 1 Gladio you search off the Noctis because it's a 2-drop 9k.
Yeah, with a basic kill. Like, yeah.
And at damage, I think 3, it does an extra 2k to something, or that's just an innate effect, so it does kill 4-color walls. Is that time we've hit now, or very, very close?
We got a minute left on the clock.
So a hard think here from Liam, because he kind of has to play this turn perfectly.
Yeah.
So the Noctis, if it doesn't have the Gladio in the deck, it's going to have to be the Ignis. But I don't know if you're going to be able to play the Ignis this turn.
No, not if you're trying to get that out as well.
So tapping 2, you have to bin a card here.
Do you have any... Like, you've got probably enough to play something as long as it is mono earth. Like, it can't
Yeah, so he'd search Ignis and he'd have 3 more in hand, so he could play the Ignis.
Yeah.
But
so,
do you want
Jenny has Amat, though. Do we just end it
I
here?
think you have to Ami this Noctis trigger.
I mean, she got the Pharises in hand.
Yeah.
She has it.
You
like,
have to Ami this Noctis
just do
trigger.
it. Like, secure your victory,
You win
Jenny.
next turn.
Yeah, because you still got the Bartz effect as well.
Yeah, okay.
Hit him.
Oh, no, Q
okay.
it. So you still get the search, but it's just not going to do damage on entry.
Interesting. Not the way I think I would have done it, but, you know, Jenny is the people's champ. Let her cook.
So this Ignis now is only going to get 1 kill on entry rather than 2, which is a big change. Again, does Faris next turn just kind of wipe the board? Because you can play Faris.
Well, I suppose if Liam goes after the Warriors of Light, you know, maybe kill the Ark here.
I mean, the Bartz is going to kill something in response to it dying.
Yeah, so then the Faris likely doesn't kill something else coming back, so... But, again, you need to bin your entire hand
to
if you
play this Ignis.
Yeah.
But I think you're kind of stuck in a catch-22 of you have to... No, he's passing.
I don't know about this.
Mist Dragon in hand I don't think is helpful here.
No, it doesn't stop the straight break.
Because, yeah, a Faris comes in here, kills the Ignis.
Like, they might protect from that.
Bartz breaks to kill the Noctis.
Yeah,
but it's dulling a forward to protect it.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah.
So the Mist Dragon doesn't really help here.
No, you're entirely right.
So tap 1 and bash for the Faris to come in, or...
Oh, no,
Raffia coming in
first.
first.
Yeah, now I think we are in real trouble. Like, Liam already, facing down lethal anyway, but...
So this would give you, 4 3k pings, so...
Yeah. Again, very surprised Jenny isn't dulling the Warriors of Light to do this, but maybe she's thinking there's another Amat, potentially. So
what's Liam doing here?
Here's the Sonon, I think.
Sonon coming in, yep.
Right, yeah, you can target that.
Noctis is in your opponent's turn as well. It's not only in your turn.
Yeah. Okay, so not a problem. You Bartz to kill 1. Raffia puts 1 on top, and Faris will kill the other.
Remind me of that Ark's effect.
So everything's basically like 2k bigger.
Does it count light and dark cards?
It's elements, so yes.
So they are all plus 2k at the moment.
Yeah.
So the Sonon doesn't even kill the Bartz. It only kills the Leo here.
Yeah.
And if it targets the Bartz, there's potentially enough in break to protect it all.
Yeah. Well, you can protect the bats.
Oh no, yes, I'm thinking of the wrong Bartz.
It's just pay for kill something.
Yes. But the 5k power reduction doesn't kill the Bartz here, which I'm not sure if they...
Oh, and there's Amma, and there's Mist Dragon. Oh my god.
Okay, so that's still going through.
Well, that's fine. Now you just pay 4 and do Bartz break anyway.
Yeah, so breaking it in response. So it is just a flat pay 4 and put it into the break zone, isn't it?
Yeah. And we still have it, and we still have the Refia effect on the stack as well.
And this is going to do a lot of Faris trigger as well. Oh no, because it's power reduction, not damage. The Noctis is his damage though. So dulling 4?
This I probably would have picked the Faris first.
Yep.
And leave your backups, because you can still break.
So bottom decking. There's a lot of triggers on the stack to start working.
If Liam has picked the Bartz, then you can sacrifice the Bartz and there's no triggers whatsoever, and no power gets gained either.
I think the discussion here might be, does Sonon being bounced still trigger Noctis? And I think the answer is no.
Well, it
because
does.
The forward deals its own damage to the opponent's forward. I think it's a one-way fight effect. So I think the bouncing here.
Hello, Great British Video Gamer. Thank you for joining us as always.
Good evening.
What are we after? Noctis.
Noctis, yes. Yeah. If we look at the... Oh, you spelled that wrong slightly.
Of course I did, because I can't type to save my life. This guy...
So if we double-check it here. So when a winner or forward of the Noctis field, choose one forward opponent controls, the forward that enters the field deals damage equal to its power. Yeah, so if it's bounced, it doesn't do anything.
No damage, yeah.
So do they just remove the Refia there?
Actually, no. I think it would go by last known power on that, actually. Because it's not like Hecatoncheir. I
think, but the forward's the one dealing the damage. It's not an ability, so the forward's not there.
That's a tough one, because with, like, say, Ursula, for example, when she deals her power's damage, it goes by last known, even if she's taken out.
But I think that's because it's not her.
Yeah,
it's an ability that does it.
An active ability. Action ability, I guess. So.
I think here it is... I think the Refia should potentially be around, but... it's a hard one to call here.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. It's still going to be
enough. And then
enough.
the Leo swings for game.
Yeah, I think, we got there in the end, but I think, to be honest, the Refia was there and would have had reactivations.
The Faris would have killed on swing without there been a block.
Yeah, exactly that. Jenny, though, showing why she's the people's champ, absolutely commanded victory there. Sadly, guys, we will not have time
for an interview.
Round is over and we were into time there. So, guys, we will be right back for round 2. Catch you in a bit.
Catch you shortly.